So thank you for joining us today for our Behavior Bootcamp podcast. We are joined with a wonderful guest, one of my friends and colleagues, Shawnee Thornton Hardy, who is a CIAYT certified therapist, also a somatic experiencing practitioner. She's an author. She has her RCYT. She also has her Master's of Education, and she is a behavioralist and a behavior specialist and the founder of Asanas for Autism Special Needs. She's also the founder and director of Yoga Therapy for Youth. She's trained thousands of people all over the world on the benefits of yoga and mindfulness for children. So we're so lucky to have her here today. She's joining us from beautiful San Diego, California, which is so great. And we're going to do a little bit of yoga practice while we do this podcast. So, Shawnee, what do you do?
Hi, Bethany. Well, thanks so much for having me. It's so nice to get to see you and connect from afar with each other, the wonders of technology. What do I do? Wow. Well, that's so much, but one of my biggest passions, so much, but my greatest passion in Dharma is really in facilitating more healing in the world, in particular with children with diverse needs. So that's been my path and my Dharma for, most of my life. Actually, I've worked with children and adults with diverse needs. So I integrate yoga therapy and somatic experiencing, which is a trauma-focused modality, in working with the physiology of the body and helping children and adults to become more embodied, to connect more to their bodies, to connect more to their emotions, their internal felt sense and experience, and helping them build tools to build more capacity and resilience and navigate the challenges of life that we all go through. So that's it in a nutshell.
And so badly needed right now. We've seen that the resilience has definitely taken a hit in the last few years, and that's an area that we absolutely need that so much. So how did you decide this is what you wanted to do? Where did your journey kind of take you to come to this?
Gosh, well, I mean, it goes so far back, and I don't even know if it was a conscious decision, more just a dharmic path for me. I mean, knew early on when I was a young girl that I wanted to work with children. I would line my dolls up and teach them in my bedroom and practice being a teacher, and loved reading stories to my younger brother. And when I was living in Boston as a teenager, I was working as a preschool assistant, and a young boy named Austin, who I call my guru, my first guru, had, very unique ways of being in the world and navigating the world and looking at the world. And back then there wasn't a lot of knowledge and understanding about autism, but we were really drawn to each other, and he was my inspiration in, moving forward on this path of working with children, autistic children, children with diverse needs. And that's really the start. It's been nearly 30 years that I've been working with children and adults with diverse needs. So I say it found me.
Oftentimes our paths kind of do that for us. What drives you each day?
Doing good in the world, I think, is what drives me each day. That's what I wake up with. I wake up with that purpose each day, whatever that might mean, whether it's just a small little thing of being able to do something for my family, or even for myself or those in my community. I think being of service and being of good service in the world, and just one of the things that I just really am so passionate about is building connection in community with others as well. So, those are the things I think that drive me. Connection and compassion, I would say, are the, most important elements that are the driving forces for me.
And so hugely critical right now. There's so many people in need of that community and that connection. It's a huge huge thing that we need right now. So.
Yeah, I think with COVID that our experience with COVID really took that away, right? And gave us a sense of feeling, a sense of being alone and not connected to others. And we know how important that is for our social engagement system, that feeling of safety, right? So yeah, I know that's the work you do as well. So
vital. So do we want to stand up and maybe get moving a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Totally. Well, I know right now for you, Bethany, you're in the middle of a winter storm.
Yeah, fun.
So yeah, so what I'm thinking is we might just like build up a little bit of heat in our bodies and do a little bit of boxer breath just to start to warm our bodies up before we get into our movement. So let's just stand, feet a little wide apart like you're a boxer and you're getting ready to do some boxing. Feel into your legs, feel into those muscles in your legs, feel into your feet. And then we're just going to put our boxing gloves on. And we might use our boxer breath to build up heat. We might use it to let out some frustration or internal aggression that we're feeling. So whatever serves you with your boxer breath. And then we're going to do the sound, huh. Move your hand forward and then the opposite, huh. Okay, so let's do it together.
Okay.
Huh. 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 Now we're going to go faster together.
Okay.
Huh. 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 Okay, slow it down. Slow it down. Huh. Huh. And really feel the muscles in your arms as you slow it down. Let your arms come down and just let's take a breath in, breathe in, stretch your arms up. Breathe out, bring your hands together. And then just notice, take a moment to just notice how your body feels. Do you feel a little bit of heat building up in your body at all when you were doing your boxer breath?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to do elevator breath, which also helps to energize, build a little energy in our body. So we're going to imagine that we're on an elevator. Okay. So let's come down, just squat down like you're in frog pose. And we're going to go up to the 3rd floor. So I'm going to count. When we breathe in, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And when we breathe out, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. And let's see if we can use our breath with that. Okay. So let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Reach your arms up. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. Come down. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Reach up. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. Come down. And then one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Reach up. We're on the 3rd floor. And breathe out. 3, 2, 1. And come down. And just take a moment to notice your body, notice your breath. So I do a lot of check-ins, really getting kids to check in, notice how they're feeling internally, notice how they're feeling in their muscles. And that's how we build more embodiment, more connection to our bodies, which is so important, especially when we experience anxiety or disconnection.
Huge
so
awareness.
Let's do open book, close book. Okay, so think about your favorite book that you like to read, or your favorite magazine, or your favorite comic book, and we'll bring our palms together, and your elbows may come together or they may not. It's okay. Your book is going to be different from anyone else's book. And we all have different looking books, right? So let's breathe in, open our book, and breathe out and close your book. You know, books have spines, just like we have spines. Isn't that an interesting fact? Breathe in, open your book, and breathe out and close your book. One more time. We're going to breathe in, open, breathe out, and close. Bring the hands together. One of the things that we're doing when we bring our hands together is we're coming to the midline, which helps us bring more focus and attention to our minds and our bodies when we come to the midline.
And that
so next we're
great because it opens the chest. So for people who cave and everything, they have that higher level of anxiety. It's wonderful because it opens the chest area.
Absolutely. We start to open our hearts a little bit, right? And then we're counteracting this technology posture that so many adults and children experience, right? So next, we're going to be like strong, sturdy mountains. One of the things that's important to remind children and ourselves is our inner strength that we have. No matter what we're going through in life, that we have this inner strength inside of us. So if you think about a mountain, can you push a mountain over?
No.
No, they're strong, they're stable. So we're going to be like strong, stable mountains. So let's bring your feet a little wider apart. Really feel into the stability of your feet. And then can you notice your muscles in your legs start to engage? So feel those muscles in your legs, feel that strong stability in your mountain. And then we're going to reach our arms up, and we can make a mountain peak or we can keep our arms wide, whatever feels best for you. And then breathe out and bring your hands down. So we all express our mountains in different ways. Breathing in, reaching up, pressing your feet into the ground so you can feel that stability. Breathe out. One more time. Let's breathe in and reach up. And breathe out and bring the hands back. Now we are going to be like trees rooted in the earth. So one of the things about trees is their roots grow deep down into the earth, and the wind can blow and make them shake back and forth, but they still stay rooted and grounded. Kind of what we want to do when challenging things happen in our lives, right? We want to still feel ourselves being rooted and grounded. So let's bring our awareness back to our feet. Yeah, really feel into your legs. Can you feel your legs, Bethany?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to tap. So show me your right hand and wiggle your right fingers. We're going to tap our right leg and just bring some awareness to that leg. And then bring your heel right to the inside of your ankle and let that knee come out. So we're standing in our sturdy tree pose. Now we're going to press that standing leg into the earth so we can really feel those muscles. And then we can express our tree however we want. What kind of tree are you going to be, Bethany? I'm going to be a palm tree like in San Diego.
I'm probably going to be a Christmas tree right now since we're filming this in December. So a tree.
I love that. Okay, let's breathe. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. I love that. I'm imagining your Christmas tree, you shining your inner light with all those lights in your Christmas tree. Now let's bring our hands, bring that foot down. Let's maybe shake our legs out a little bit. Poses, we want to do them on both sides so that we get to activate both the left and right hemispheres of the brain, which is really important. That helps with reducing anxiety and helping with focus. So let's tap our left leg. Bring that heel to the inside of your ankle and really feel into that standing leg, the muscles engaging. And then we'll express our tree again. You're a Christmas tree, I'm a palm tree. I love it. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your hands come down, let your feet come down. Just take a moment to notice how you feel after you've been doing a few of these poses. And then our last one, this is one of my favorite ones, is warrior pose. We all have these inner warriors inside of ourselves. And sometimes when things get hard in life, we forget about our inner warrior. So we're going to connect to that inner warrior that tells us we can get through anything that comes our way, right? So let's take our legs out nice and wide. And you can show me your right hand. We're going to tap our right leg. So I like to do tapping because this helps bring awareness to our body parts and our parts of our body. Now point that right foot out to the side. Bend that knee and let's feel into those muscles in your warrior legs. And then we can stand up nice and tall. Maybe take your hands to your side body and lift. And then spread your warrior shield nice and wide. And then you can look towards your right fingertips. And let's say, I'm a strong warrior.
I'm a strong warrior.
Ah, awesome. Okay, let's take the hands down, turn the feet forward. And then we're going to tap our left leg. Point those toes out to the side, bend the knee, and really feel into those muscles in your legs. Feel into your inner strength. Reach your warrior shield out. You know, warriors protect themselves and other people, right? And warriors are kind. So let's look towards our left fingertips and say, I'm a brave warrior.
I'm a brave warrior.
Awesome. Let the hands come down. Bring your feet forward. And we're going to do a fun little thing before we end. This is called a yogi jumping jack. All right. So you're going to bend your knees, reach your arms out. And on the count of 3, we're going to jump our hands and feet together. Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, jump. Oh, awesome. Oh, how you feel, Bethany?
Great.
What do you notice in your body?
Great. More awareness, which is always great, which is why I love yoga practice. And for those of you who don't know where those visuals come from, those are Shawnee's visuals. So she has a toolkit that those are sold with. So when we give you the information during this podcast, and we'll put a link in there on how to identify where those items would be. So
wonderful. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah.
Oh.
We know that with some children, visual tools are really helpful.
For
children who struggle with language processing or learning or attention, they can be great tools to support children with their yoga or movement practice.
A lot of adults appreciate visual tools as well, so which is
absolutely. That's me. I'm very
We're all
visual,
visual
so
learners.
that's exactly. And we all learn different ways, but visual tools are so helpful for me. So I'm definitely drawn to that modality.
So helpful. Shawnee, how do you practice self-care? Because you work from home a lot, so it's hard to step away from work a lot of the time.
Yeah. So since the pandemic, I'm definitely at home a lot more. I was traveling a lot more before. How do I practice self-care? Well, one of the things that I try to do every day is to connect to a resource, connect to something that brings me a feeling of joy, a feeling of connection. Maybe it's petting my dog. Maybe it's going out and standing in the sunshine. Maybe it's spending some time just looking at the green outside in the park. That's been a huge practice for me, and just finding those little pockets of peace and connection throughout the day. And then for me, movement is so important. Even if I'm at home and, you know, I have a busy schedule and a lot of things on my list and meetings and sitting, I get up and I move frequently throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, you can do little practices throughout the day. Just our little practice we just did. We did some standing and balancing poses. It helps connect to how we're feeling. It helps bring breath into our practice. It helps bring embodiment. So those are the main things that I do. You know, just resourcing and movement. Those are huge elements in my day-to-day practice.
Yeah, the movement is huge. That's for me as well. I always say I'm not fit for human consumption if I have not had some time to move in the day.
Yeah, and it can be easy.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that's something that helps you to function better, and that is so true for children as well. Children
Absolutely.
need to move their bodies,
yeah.
right? So.
And our lifestyles have become more sedentary. So it's even more important that we're able to get them to move, and we incorporate it into their lifestyle and everything.
Absolutely.
What secret talent do you have, Shawnee? Because you have many.
Oh my gosh, I've never been asked that question before. Well, what secret talent? I mean, this has made me, you know, not super exciting, but writing. I love to write. So I've always written since I was young, and I think I have a talent in being able to put words on paper and put my thoughts and emotions together. And yeah, I don't know if that's secret. I guess that's not secret. I'm trying to think, do I have a secret talent? I'm really good with technology.
That's a huge talent.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it happens, but I have a knack for technology. I guess that would be more of a talent people wouldn't know about.
Yeah, that's a huge gift right at this point.
It sure is.
Yeah, huge right now. So I'm lucky I have people that help me with that because I'm so not good at technology.
We
What is
all have our strengths, right?
Yes, for real. What is one thing that you have failed at, but you figured out how to overcome that and it's become a success? Or you've come to terms with?
Okay. Oh, that's a good question. Something I've failed at. Well, I mean, there's been many times in my life where I've maybe reached out for an opportunity and, wasn't given that opportunity or was told, you're not right for this or, maybe just um little more mini experiences of what some might consider rejection, but as part of life, right? Where, we may reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm doing this and, I want to be part of this. And the answer you receive might be a no. And I think the thing that's really helped me. I think it's important for us to be able to feel the experience of maybe not getting everything we want and being rejected so that we can work on our own sense of inner confidence and inner knowing that it's okay if one person doesn't believe in the value of what we offer.
Absolutely.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And as long as you stay connected to your deeper purpose and and that inner knowing of the value of what you have to offer, that's gonna carry you forward.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best example.
Yeah, I think it helps redefine the purpose too, because you go back to you question that as far as like, is this really what I should be doing and where I should be? And it makes us even more steadfast. And this is my path. This is my direction. This is where I belong and what I need to do. So
Absolutely.
definitely helps with
Yeah,
self.
I know you understand that you've had such passion and purpose in your work that you do, Bethany. And the author of Harry Potter was rejected like 30 times before she was actually given a publishing deal. So, part of making mistakes is that we actually are rewiring our brain, and part of being told no to some things that we are showing dedication and perseverance and maybe getting through. If we were given all opportunities in life so easily, then we wouldn't grow.
No, we
right?
wouldn't. And we've just learned so much more through struggle. So it definitely makes a difference with that. So, we need to be able to struggle also so that we can, when things are really tough, we continue to move forward, because otherwise it gets really easy to kind of revert into ourselves. And that's a huge struggle that people are facing right now, I think too. So,
yeah. And I think that we forget that that's what builds our capacity. And especially as parents of young children, I think these days we want to, and not just young children, you and I were talking, I have a 21-year-old, you have you have older children as well. We have to let them go through some struggle, right? We have to allow them to navigate challenges. It doesn't mean that we're not going to be by their side and support them, but it's important for children, in order to be able to build resilience and capacity, that we give them the opportunity to work through some of their own challenges. So, important as parents for us to remember that, which I'm always reminding myself. I want to take away maybe the hurt or the challenges my daughter goes through, but I also know that those are going to support her later on in being able to get through hard times.
Absolutely.
So she has a sense of confidence and security that she can do that herself, right?
Which is and that's so important. And I think that's something that some kids struggle with nowadays, and something that we definitely want to help get them to a better place, so that they have that inner strength, and that, they have that inner wealth that they can tap into. So
Totally, their inner warrior.
I have a fun question for you. What is your dream vacation? Because you
Oh gosh, I
travel
mean,
a ton. So what is
yeah. Bora Bora. That's my dream. It's what I've been dreaming of, where my husband and I want to go. And, we have it on I call it a manifestation map, the places I want to travel to. So Bora Bora is on that manifestation map. That's my dream trip to travel there.
That's awesome.
It's been quite some time that's been on our list, and hopefully one day we'll make it there.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You'll find a training or something there.
I know. I'm going to make it happen some way, somehow.
Anyone listening, if you're from Bora Bora, reach out. Shawnee would like to train there.
Contact me.
What are you most proud of in regards to your work?
I think what I'm most proud of is maybe the Sangha, or the community that I've built around the world. That is what just really brings me so much joy and fills me up so much, because we can only do so much as one individual in our work with children, right? And I think having people around the world like-minded who have a passion for helping support children and their families around the world, it just makes me really proud, and really proud of them and the work that they're doing, and really proud of the community that we've built. That's probably what I would say is, in terms of my work, is what makes me most proud.
Yeah, that's huge. The more that we can touch, and that can then touch and make lives better. That's really what it's all about.
Absolutely. I agree.
How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, I've thought about this a lot, especially in the past couple of years, just with life challenges and loss, and sort of moving through griefs, and, thinking about that question. And I just want to be remembered as being someone that really loved people deeply, and, people remembering me as someone who really cared about them, and was authentic. And that's the most important thing to me when people talk about me, that, they felt there was an authenticity, and that I also brought compassion and care to other people.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one. What is something that would surprise people to learn about you?
Well, I mean, I share this with my community of the people who train with me, but I was raised in the mountains of Montana in a teeny tiny little round log house with no electricity or running water. So those who don't know me, I live in sunny California here, and they might be surprised that by, that sort of off the grid experience I had as a kid, which was really amazing, in its own right, and challenging at the same time, but shaped me as the person that I am today, for sure.
Yeah. I think it gives you perspective too. So a huge perspective that is very unique, and also a gift in many ways. So because of that. So.
Yeah.
What are your most recent works that are out there right now?
Oh gosh, well, I have lots of exciting things. I have a book that's going to be coming out, my second book, Yoga Therapy for Children and Teens with Complex Needs, a somatosensory approach to emotional, physical, and mental well-being, which has been a work of blood, sweat, and tears over the years of getting that done. So I'm really, really excited about putting that out there. That's coming out in the summer of 2023. And I'm also working on bringing more tools to my Calm yoga products. I just launched my Body Sensations curriculum to help build more interoceptive awareness. And I'm working on more in the realm of working with children with trauma, like a little sort of curriculum and workbook. So there's some new fun things coming out this year that I'm really excited about.
That's awesome.
Along with just a online course that I launched, probably about 6 months ago, sort of a quiet launch, integrating yoga and somatic practices through a trauma-informed lens. for children and teens. Those are my main things that are happening right now. I'm always, my brain's always going. That's how my brain is. It's just constantly in creation mode. So there's always new things coming out that I'm working on.
That's good. How can listeners find you?
They can find me. I am on Facebook, my Asanas for Autism and Special Needs, and also Instagram, and through my website, asanas for autism and special needs.com. You can access all the information about trainings, about the products, about my work. Anything that you want to know is on that website. So that's probably the best place to connect, and then you can
social media too. So
yeah, and you can access my newsletter if you're interested in learning more about upcoming events and offerings and things that are happening. So it's a good place to connect for sure.
Yeah. We'll put those links into this podcast so you guys will be able to figure out how to connect with Shawnee, and hopefully you found this helpful. And we thank you so much, Shawnee, for joining us. And it was a pleasure to see you and get to spend some time with you. And we're just so appreciative that you were able to join us today. So.
Thank you, Bethany. It's so nice to get to see you. And I love connecting with everyone and anyone whose paths we have crossed in the past. So I'm really appreciative of you and inviting me to share. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about all the wonderful offerings that you're offering in your community and the world as well.
It's been exciting the past couple of years. Thanks, everyone.